into our 1 to 6 punch series, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and start from our fighting stance. Hands are up, everything's looking good. I'm gonna start with my lead hand. The lead hand is gonna be your jab. It's very important when you make a fist, everything's nice and tight. I'm squeezing that thumb because I wanna expose these front 2 knuckles. From here, I'm gonna take my hand, I'm gonna rotate my knuckles out. In that rotation of my hand and my wrist, that you're gonna see that shoulder pop up, which is what we want. Because right now my hands are protecting my face. And if this one's gonna go off and attack, I gotta have a backup plan, which is gonna be my shoulder. So I'm gonna rotate my knuckles, bring that shoulder up to my face, and I'm gonna get my head offline. Just like this. This is gonna be our lead jab, just like that. Bring it back. Make sure you spear with those front 2 knuckles. Shh. It's also very important when we're throwing punches to breathe. I'm a loud breather. I want all my fighters to breathe loud because as their coach, I want to hear them breathing, and I also want them to hear themselves. When people get tired, the first thing that they do is they quit breathing, and they start holding their breath, and then they're gonna get tired super fast. So my hands are up, I'm throwing that one or that jab. Shh, 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 just like that. That's gonna be our lead jab. Now, let's go to the rear hand. The rear hand is gonna be the cross, or the number 2. So I'm here, I'm gonna take my knuckles in my hand and start with my hand. I'm gonna start rotating those knuckles. And you'll see how my elbow starts to kind of come up a little bit. My knuckles start to dig, that shoulder's touching my face, just like this. And then the last piece, you'll start to see my rear foot pivot. So as this is going out, boom, right to there. My head's offline just a little bit into that 2 or that cross punch. So I'm here, shh, shh, shh. Make sure you're digging. Really turn those knuckles over so you're hitting with the top 2, just like that, okay? So that's gonna be our cross punch. Now, the next piece is gonna get into the hooks. So we're gonna have the lead hook and the rear hook, and I'm gonna kind of teach them in tandem. This is very important for beginners. It's very important that they learn how to transfer their weight. So I'm gonna teach it to you like I'm teaching a 6-year-old. We're gonna start feet on the line, nice and square, just like this, okay? First thing I want you to do is, sometimes we'll do warm-ups like this, right? And you'll notice that I'm just moving my upper body. Well now, when I turn my body, I want to transfer my weight and bring this heel up and out. And you'll see how my heel is pushing out. And then here, just like this. So honestly, this is a good warm-up in class. I'll do just this to get my back warmed up, then I'll incorporate the pivot. And as I'm pushing that foot out, I'm teaching people how to create circular rotation, which is where your power comes from. So get really good at this, okay? Now, what we're gonna do is drop back into our fighting stance and do the same drill, just like this. Honestly, take your hands like this, boom, and get that, we call this the heel-toe shuffle, okay? So as I'm getting really good at this, now I've created the circular rotation to be able to have bombs in my hooks, okay? So now that I have that, let's square back up one more time. I want you to take your hands like this. The thumbs are gonna be facing behind me. Curl your fingers down, wrap your thumbs around. Now from here, I'm gonna bring down the guns like I'm a transformer, okay? Everything's locked in at a 90-degree angle. Abs are tight. Just get back into this rotation, just like this, okay? Because teaching the hook and the pivot is probably one of the hardest things to do. So getting really good at this. Now, here, squared up, 90 degrees. Drop back in your fighting stance. Just like this. Now, what you're gonna do is I'm gonna hit that hook, the lead hook, which is gonna be your 3 punch. I'm gonna bring that shoulder up to my chin, and I'm gonna bring my rear hand to my face. Just like this. And you'll notice on my punch, it's vertical, it's not horizontal. I personally don't teach this hook punch. You can, I just know from experience, you clip somebody's jaw with the last 2, you're gonna get that boxer's fracture. If I'm here like this and I turn it thumbs up like this, I'm gonna hit with all 4. It's also a lot safer for MMA when they're wearing the short gloves, okay? So I'm gonna start in my 3, shoulder up like this, and then from here I'm just gonna rotate to the other side, just like that, and there's my hook. Now, right now this is at a 90-degree angle. Boom, just like this, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. Hands protected, shoulders protected. Now, also, I just want to bring up, I know this is a very fundamental video, But later, and I keep saying 90 degrees, later, when I throw this hook, it can be 90, it can be 100, it could be 110. You could go for the long Chuck Liddell hook just like that. All that's gonna be fine, because all I'm gonna do is make the adjustment at the elbow. All the other body mechanics are gonna be the same, okay? So that's gonna be our 3 and 4 hook. Just remember, shh, 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 shh. Get that breathing in, the intensity. Now let's move into the uppercuts. I've already established with you guys with the hook punches how to do the footwork, which is awesome. So I don't have to go over that again. So here what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put my right hand nice and tight to my face, and I'm gonna start my 5 uppercut, which is gonna be my lead. And you'll see I'm already kind of in that pivot, just like this. And then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna drop a little bit. This hand is gonna make a U up, just like this. You'll see this hand retract. This is right to here, shoulder to the chin, just like this. And then this is hand's gonna run back, just like this. Shh, 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 shh. You see how I'm kind of dipping, and I'm getting that heel toe shuffle in there to create power here. Shh, 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 shh. So that's gonna be our 5 and our 6 punch. Now let's take the punch series to the body, okay? I'm gonna show this in the beginner program just so people know what it is, but it's not gonna become relevant until probably the intermediate program for you guys, okay? But I'm gonna show it to you. I just showed you the 1 to 6 punch. All those punches were to the face. Show a couple body shots, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and establish our fighting stance just like this. And I'm gonna throw that low punch to the gut, but all low punches have to be given, you're changing your level with your body. I'm not just doing this. So when I throw that low punch, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of a slide up. So I'm gonna just slide with the front leg and leave the back. So I'm gonna come down just like this on the 1, coming back. I'm gonna step to the 2, just like this. When I go for the 3, I'm going to come over to the side. You'll see me step out just a hair here, and then from here, I'm just gonna turn this hip. Body 3, coming back. I'm gonna step straight in on the 4 and give a little pivot. On the 5 uppercut. The 5 uppercut, I'm gonna have to be extremely close, but it's just gonna be a dig, like a shovel hook. So it's just gonna be dig. The 6 uppercut, dig, okay? So quick review, slide, long step on the 1, long step on the 2, step out on the 3, step in on the 4. From here, simple shovel hook on the 5, simple shovel hook on the 6. So you're gonna have the 1 to 6 punch. I want you to at least be exposed to it, you know, in the warm-ups. We're not gonna be doing a lot of that in the beginner curriculum, but once we start to hit the intermediate curriculum, they'll be ready for it.